Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Jonathan. So today I'm bringing you a BMT story video. This is going to be the first BMT story type video of probably a lot of them, just because I have a lot of BMT stories related to Beast and when we first got to BMT and stuff like that. So today I'm talking about this really dumb kid that was in my flight, and he always constantly would just do so many things wrong, like almost on purpose, hoping that he would get caught, right? So basically it was a Sunday, and if you've been to BMT, you understand this. If you haven't, basically on Sundays they're kind of like a down day, right? So you just spend the day rolling and folding your clothes, making sure that everything looks good, making sure that all the strings are clipped on your uniforms, making sure that you're ready for inspection at any time. Sundays are kind of your time to, you can really get away with writing letters and doing pretty much anything that BMT will allow you to do for yourself, because you don't really have a lot of free time, right? So there's no MTI there on Sundays except the first week of training, which those MTIs that are there on that Sunday will kind of introduce you to what you're allowed to do on Sundays, right? But obviously they're not just going to give you all of that time to yourself throughout the whole day. Sometimes the superintendent, I'm not sure exactly what they were called, but the head of your stairwell, he's usually Master Sergeant or she, but they'll come into the dormitories on Sundays just to make sure that everybody's following the rules, make sure that everyone's getting done what they need to get done, and just making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, which it sounds like it's easy, yeah, I'm always doing stuff right, but in reality, once you're at BMT, the guidelines that you have to follow are super in depth, so it's really easy to get caught slipping, right? So this is a whole different thing aside from that, though, because this guy actually is stupid. So we're rolling and folding, right? Basically, you have your individual beds, and we're sitting around a bed. There's 4 of us, and this kid he actually was a kid too, but he was sitting in a chair next to the wall lockers, because there's wall lockers that go down the line, beds that match up to the wall lockers, and there's chairs next to each wall locker so that you can sit there and study when you have study time and stuff during the week. And this guy went to the BX on one of the BX runs, and he got earplugs, to mute out sound, right? Because sometimes, BMT's a really loud place, even at night. There's these boxes on the wall that CQ, which they'll call up and try to talk to the EC monitors at night, and it's super loud. It's like, EC monitor, it's crazy. So basically, I wore earplugs. A lot of people wear earplugs, right? And he was sitting in the chair, middle of the day on a Sunday, right? Half of the dormitory's gone because they're at church or whatever service that they were going to. He's sitting there. I think he was out of uniform too, and he was sleeping in the chair. And we didn't think anything of it, obviously in BMT, you're supposed to have the wingman concept and hey bro, you should wake up. But I mean, in reality, you're all kind of like a family. It's just all right, man, do whatever you want to do. You're kind of on your own. You're your own person, right? You're a dude, so or not dude, but you're a man. You can make your own decisions for yourself. Same thing for women, whatever. You know what I mean? But so we didn't really think anything of it. It's not the first time he's done that. A lot of people would go to the day room and sleep on the couches, which you were never allowed to sit on the couches until you're in your blues in the 6th week of training. Or they would lay on the floor in the day room behind the couch and sleep. There's just tons of stuff, right? Don't do any of this, just for the record. But they did that, and little do you know, the head of the stairwell comes in, the superintendent, and this man was crazy. This MTI was insane. He was scary, and he had this super deep voice, and he was short and bald, and he had this super Italian face, and he was crazy. It was something out of a movie. And he walks up to the kid because he sees him, and he's like, ooh, you can just see in his eyes, he's trying to prey on this kid, and he's like, trainee, what are you doing? And anytime in BMT, whenever anybody who is an MTI addresses you, you have to get up out of your chair, stand at attention, and be like, sir, Trainee Sullivan reports as ordered. And then they'll talk to you, and then if you want to move, you'll be like, permission to adjust, and then they'll be like, move, and then you can do whatever you want to do, right? But before you say anything, unless it's yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, or no, sir, you have to give a reporting statement. This kid kept his earplugs in. He didn't stand up. He was slouching in his chair. And when the MTI said that to him, he just went, huh? What? Oh my God. He got eaten alive. This MTI was screaming at this guy. This is probably the worst, I guess, encounter I've ever seen with an MTI, actually being super pissed off towards a trainee. And he ripped him a new one. He's like, So we're just not gonna use our reporting statements anymore. We're not gonna stand up, and like it was insane. So like he stood up and he just got eaten alive. I don't even know like how to explain what that's like, but like he like grabbed his soul out of his chest and put it with all his other trainee souls. Like it was crazy. So that guy ended up getting a U for the week of training for that, which is a pretty big deal. So in BMT, you have your 341s, which are little forms that you carry around you, and whenever you get in trouble, an MTI will be like, give me a 341. You give them a 341, and basically they can write down what you did wrong on it and then give it back to your MTI, and then your MTI gets it, and then you basically just, it's kind of like, that's where your punishment is dictated from. So I think two of those, two 341s, are, it really depends on what you do, but two 341s equals a derog, or a derogatory comment, and basically what that means is it's like a formal writing, like, yo, you cannot do this again. If you do this again and you get two of these, that's a U for the week of training. Which, a U for the week of training, I think two U's for the week of training or something like that. If you have a lot of U's for the week of training, it's kind of up to your leadership, but they will recycle you back to, you know, another flight. So you definitely don't want a U for the week of training, but he ended up just getting straight to the U, and yeah, he kind of messed with us a lot. That kind of sucked because in our MTI was like super strict with us from then on out. So that's just a little BMT story. It's hard to make videos where I'm constantly talking about BMT and like, oh, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, this is how to be efficient, blah 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 blah. So I'm trying to take it in another like type of perspective and in a different way, just kind of, you know, more relative to what I experience in my BMT experiences, because it's a lot easier to hear that and then go in with that mindset and experience it for yourself. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Also leave your ship dates down below so that all of you can relate and I can see when you're leaving, so I have an idea of like, oh, they're gonna come back around this time, and I can start looking around for comments, like, you know what I mean. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.